Hi guys, what's going on? I hope you're doing well on today. well, I just want to talk to you guys about forgiveness and how just because you forgive someone doesn't mean that you have to reconcile with that person. Because forgiveness does not mean reconciliation, you know, and a lot of people think that, a lot of people feel like, well, because somebody, did something wrong to you, committed a trespass against you, hurt you in some way, shape, or form, they feel like maybe because it's a relative or a best friend or your man or your woman, or whatever, something of that nature, they may feel like, um, oh, that means we have to reconcile. That means I can't, if I decided that they did something that bad to me that I wanted to end that relationship, it doesn't mean that you cannot end that relationship. You can end that relationship if you very well felt the need to end that relationship. It doesn't mean reconciliation, because people know what they're doing. People know what they're doing when they come against you, when they hurt you in some way, shape, or form. They know that they're hurting you. They know that there's something that, they're doing to you that you don't like. They know that. So if somebody did something to you that just was really that bad, to where you just felt like, oh, I don't want to continue with this friendship or relationship, you don't have to, because that's not what forgiveness means. Forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is for you personally. Like it says, to let go and let God. Forgiveness is for you to let go of, it's not, it's not to excuse the wrongdoing. It's not to excuse the wrong that they've done to you. It is to release the need for you to hold on to that hurt, so that whenever you're around them, depending on your circumstances, that you're not going to allow them to hurt you, that you're taking back your power. Because when you hold on to resentment, hate, unforgiveness, and all this stuff, you're giving that person the power. You're giving that person power over you. And so when you're able to, release all that, it's not saying, hey, I'm excusing the wrong. It's like, oh, that they didn't never do anything wrong. No, it is literally just you releasing the hurt that the wrong that they caused you caused. It's releasing the hurt. So that, and then it's also helping you to like reduce any anxiety or depression or anger, or bitterness that whatever they did cause you. And it allows for peace. It allows for you to feel at peace, knowing that, okay, well, they did what they did. I'm not going to hold on to it, because if by me holding on to it is causing me, like I said, the anger, the depression, the anxiety. So I release it. I let go. I let God. I release it, and I be free of that. And I allow for peace to set in. These things happen over time. Forgiveness is gradual. It's something that, it shouldn't take you that long to forgive. But if it does, it's because you got a lot of healing to do. But, the more you let go and let God, the more you forgive, the easier the forgiveness of others are, so that you're no longer holding on to it anymore, and you're not allowing it to affect you negatively, putting a negative impact on you. But again, it doesn't mean that you have to be bestie bestie again and buddy buddy again. But it's up to you, because whoever you're having a relationship with, you know that person enough to know whatever trespass that they've done against you. You know that if it's really intentional with malice, or if it really was, they just made a mistake and they trespassed against you, but it really wasn't nothing like malice. They wasn't really trying to hurt or harm you. You know that. So if you know that about that person, then you will be able to say whether you want to, reconcile and continue that relationship or not, because it's solely up to you. But you know that person. You should know that person enough to know when something is really being malice, or when something is just like, oh, that was an accident, or I could forgive them for that. But again, forgiveness, you should be able to forgive, because we shouldn't be walking around. There's so many people walking around with resent, bitterness, hate, anger, unforgiveness in their hearts, and they walking around that they're sick. that they're easily triggered. Every little thing bothers them. You know, they're walking around with a scowl on their face. You know, that phrase, that resting bitch face. Yeah, they're walking around with that. You know, they're walking around, you know, just evil and bitter inside, you know. That ain't no way to be walking around and being in this earth, because that ain't how we was created to be. We're supposed to really, the main function that we really have is to love God and to love our neighbors as we love ourselves. Period. So loving people doesn't consist of resent and hate and bitterness and unforgiveness. You know, no. You know, you give people grace. You forgive. You know, but again, it's up to you on whether you want to continue that relationship with that person or not. It's not no thing that says, oh, you gotta forgive me. We still gotta be friends and we still gotta be in a relationship because I'm your cousin, I'm your aunt, I'm your mom, I'm your sister. No. It just means you're freeing yourself of whatever pain that they caused so that you can be free and at peace. And so you can begin to heal, you know, and to just be yourself, your perfect blessed self. Because I remember a time where I didn't know about forgiveness and I didn't understand that forgiveness, and I was giving too many people my power. And so whenever they were around me, I was agitated, I was bothered, I was upset, I was frustrated, and I wanted to tell them off, and I wanted to sometimes even knock them upside their head, because I felt that, you know, they know what they did. And then some folks, you can't have a conversation with them because they don't have the emotional intelligence. They don't accept accountability. You know, you can't say nothing to some folks. So it was like, you know, I was walking around with all this animosity in my heart and feeling unwell, feeling sick, really feeling, you know, upset and hurt, right? And I was like, no. But when I learned as I got older that let that stuff go. Forgiveness isn't for them. It's for you. It's for you. It doesn't excuse what they did. It's just so that you're not walking around in the hurt anymore that they caused you. And again, if you don't desire to continue that friendship or relationship or whatever it is that you had with them, you don't have to. You are free to do what you desire because it's your life. It's you. So let go and let God deal with them. I'm telling you, that's the best thing you could do, because as I have learned that and as I live that way, like I live that way now, I give everybody to God and I walk around with the peace that I have. And a lot of people are mad at me because I am at peace, because I let God deal with them, and because I had ended those relationships that I had with them, because they didn't give a damn if I stayed or went. They didn't. So I had to give a damn about myself enough to say, well, I'm going to end this friendship or this relationship or whatever it is with it. I'm going to end it. And I've done that. And I've been the most freest. Listen, I am at peace. And it's not worldly peace, because worldly peace and God's peace are two different things. God's peace is eternal. This thing is in me forever. It's in me. But worldly peace is here today and it's gone tomorrow. And then you wind up back to that angry old, negative, unforgiving, unloving, unhealed self. I'm not walking around this world like that again, ever. Not ever. Because I got God and I got the peace. And again, I forgive. I'm not excusing or justifying or meaning that, oh, you know, I'm just letting go. I'm letting the trespass that you committed against me go. No, I'm letting it go so I don't be walking around here depressed and letting you have the best of me. But I'm also letting you go right along with it. And I'm letting God deal with you. Yeah. Because it doesn't mean that we got to reconcile. It doesn't mean we got to build back that relationship we had. No, it doesn't mean that. Because a lot of the times, to be honest, when people do something to you, they know what they're doing, right? And sometimes it's intentional because they want to see how much disrespect you're going to allow them to get away with you. They want to be disrespectful. They want to see how much crap you're going to take. That's really what they do. For those who do things like that, they want to see what they can do and what they can get away from with you. That's why it doesn't matter if, you forgive them. You can forgive them all day long. It doesn't mean you have to reconcile with them, because some people are trying to see how much crap you're going to put up with and how much disrespect they can be with you. That is really sometimes all people want to do, is see how much stuff they can get away with you. They do. I'm telling you from experience. I'm telling you. And if you forgive someone and you continue on that relationship, and they continue to, because sometimes you continue to be on that relationship with them, and then they'll keep doing the same thing over and over again. That's disrespect. That's when somebody's playing in your face. That's when somebody's like, oh, they're going to forgive me anyways, and they're going to keep letting me do it, and they're going to keep doing the disrespectful stuff that they're doing. If you reconcile with them, if you know that you keep forgiving them, and you keep letting them do it over and over and over again, they will. They will. Because they're saying, oh, she don't respect herself. He don't respect himself. I don't respect them either. But they letting me back in, so I'm going to keep disrespecting them. That's basically, at the end of the day, what they're saying. And you're saying, yeah, it's okay for you to disrespect me. Go right on ahead and disrespect me. I like being disrespected. Basically, at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. You saying, oh, okay, they can disrespect me all day long, because I'm going to still forgive them. I'm going to still be in their face. And they're going to be like, yeah, I'm going to keep disrespecting her. And it's like, no. That's why it doesn't mean you have to reconcile. It means, you forgave them for you, for your sanity, for your peace. And then you leave their raggedy asses to God. And you go on about your life and be happy and merry like God intended for you to be. Yes, I'm telling you the truth, okay? So, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, guys. Comment, you know what I'm saying? Help me stay in the algorithm, okay? Help me stay giving you these videos, okay? But I do hope that encourages some people, because people think that sometimes, in all honesty, people think that, sometimes, well, because it's this person, it ain't because of no one. You have a choice. We all have a choice. And the choice is, you can forgive someone or not. But also, if you forgive, doesn't mean I have to continue to have a relationship. You can also end the relationship too, and still forgive them. So guys, have a blessed day, and until next time, okay?